Good afternoon. We're here at the CUBE Conference 2021. I'm here with Simeon Dickerson, the board member at Jefferson Parish in Louisiana. Been a little crazy times there in your state and area, though. So obviously, with the hurricane and having some challenges with that, I'm sure there's some opportunities to do some rebuild.
Absolutely.
I'd love to hear your perspective on, with that opportunity, do you see yourself finding other ways to enhance your facilities beyond just the rebuild? Would you like to see enhancements that do more for the student?
Well, the thing about it is, in Louisiana, we have a spirit of resiliency. Regardless, we know that a hurricane is coming. A potential hurricane is going to come at any time between June and November, and some of us hunker down, some of us evacuate, but at the end of the day, we prepare for it, and we also prepare to come back and rebuild. And when I think about rebuilding, there's so many avenues in regards to rebuilding, whether it's through construction, mental rebuilding, physical rebuilding. Everything is going to happen. This is one of those opportunities with schools, because we do have a lot of schools that were totally damaged, some of them destroyed, to whereas we're going to get new things, we're going to get new technology, we're going to have teachers coming in revamped. So it's an opportunity to again build and move forward.
Oh, that's a great opportunity to, as a board member and a leader. Clearly, I'm sure you guys as an institution want to have your fingerprints on making sure the guidelines are in place to have the students be effective on what the new facilities look like. So Talk to me about how you come together as a board to make these critical decisions for your district. And do you have any challenges to make sure you gain a consensus to decide this is the path we should go on? Clearly, there's always going to be, discourse that leads to, decisions.
Absolutely. So, with our board, it consists of 9 members, and we all come from different backgrounds. We don't have the same issues, even in terms of the hurricane. Some districts were hit harder than others, but all of us received damages within our district. So we, at this point, came to a consensus decision to give an executive power to our superintendent to make this contractual decisions in regards to rebuilding the schools. But other than that, I think that we work together as a unit. We work well together. Of course, we don't agree on everything, and I don't think this would be a perfect a great world if we were to agree on everything. So it's definitely not herd immunity when it comes to thinking on our board, but we try to do what's best in the best interest for our children in our school system.
That's great to hear. And this is your third term on the school?
No, this is my first term, but entering the third year.
Third year of your first term. Wow.
Yes.
So you're still someone new to the board at this point in your career.
Absolutely, because I didn't have any aspirations to become a politician. The opportunity, it came there. It was extremely fitting, because I had a career in education, strangely, since I was 17 years old, starting off at a summer camp. But from just being on the board these 3 years, every day I'm learning something new. Look at me right now. I'm sitting here giving an interview. I majored in mass communications at Southern University, so kind of astute on what's going on. And it feels great just being an opportunity to represent the kids and my constituents in my community and trying to make the best decision, even though some people may not agree with it all the time, but I have to make the best decisions that's conducive to the progression of my students.
Well, that's great to hear that, and it's kind of a thankless job sometimes being on a school board. And,
yes.
I'm sure that probably doesn't get as appreciated as it should in the community, that you stepped up and you're not getting paid for this. This is a volunteer position here, and I'm sure your fellow board members too have similar situations. But what do you find that allows your group to come together? Is there training that you have participated in with other board members that help you understand as a new board member what it takes to become an effective organization? Is there anything that you found helpful to help you that besides just observing and just learning on your own?
Okay, so of course there's new board member orientation, and that's great. And a lot of information is provided, but you're not going to retain all that information at once. So you do have mentors in your community that actually helps you along the way. So I have a mentor, Byron Lee. He's a councilman right now. If I ever need him, I can reach out to him. I also have a dear friend of mine, Mark Spears, who's a former councilman, but also serves as our Justice of the Peace right now. They're extremely astute when it comes down to politics. So if I have any questions, any quarrels, I can definitely call them, and they've been astronomical in regards to that. So other than that, every day there's something different for me to learn. And then there are conferences like Q, great organizations, NSBA, different organizations, different professional developments that actually helps with my maturation as a board member.
Well, that sounds fantastic. It's great to hear you're gaining something out of it.
Yes.
For a future senator or congressman, are you stopping at the school?
Who knows? Who knows? It's in politics, there's always an opportunity that arises, but you just have to choose what's a better fit for you and a better fit for your community.
Wonderful. Well, let's go on another angle here on equity. Of course, that's been a hot topic for many years.
Yeah.
I think it's gaining some traction again. And what does that mean, in your opinion, equity within the school systems? What does that mean?
Okay, so I can give you $100, just hypothetical number. I can give my school hypothetical $100, but we have different needs.
Sure.
And this $100 may not be equitable at my school.
Sure.
We all understand that we're equal, and even though the equality and equity is synonymous, it has two totally different meanings. Absolutely. And it also changes the ball game, and it makes the playing fields fair, level.
Right.
And I believe that moving forward, that every kid, every American kid, every kid around this world deserves an equitable chance. Even as adults, we need to be put in a situation where we can thrive. And I think the common denominator for all of us to thrive, it resides in equity.
Excellent.
So it's something that I totally believe in. It's become my life's work, and I am committed to it. And hopefully, there will be more people that's willing to understand the difference between equality and equity and move forward.
That's a great approach and a passion to have.
Yes.
Because it trickles down, obviously, to the next generations. And it's a tough, sometimes people don't quite understand that nuance between equality and equity, and how, like you said, the example of giving $100 to two different needy organizations may not fulfill their needs in the same way. So, and that's a tough balancing act of trying to determine that ultimate, how do you treat this person the same, or this group of people the same as this other group?
Yeah, historically in this country, it's sad to say that different groups, especially groups of people that look like me, we haven't been treated with equitable opportunity at all. So I'm glad to be a part of this fight. We're in Atlanta right now in the spirit of John Lewis, just creating good trouble.
Yeah.
And that's always going to make this world a better place.
100%. It's great to hear the passion. Is there anything else you think as a school leader? Do you have children?
Yes.
Are they in the district?
No, they're actually grown up.
Yeah. Older and long gone through there.
Yes.
But I'm sure as a parent, right?
Yes, but I'm a product of the school system.
So you went to the same school?
Yes. I didn't graduate high school. I went to private school for high school, but from kindergarten to 8th grade, I'm a product of it. And being in this position, I understand now that the public school system affects all of us in every manner of life.
Absolutely. Property values,
Everything.
everything associated with from the economy and the psychological effects of the community.
Yes.
And you have your ability to have some imprint on that. And it's I would just ask you, one last thought here is if you could have a magic wand and wave it, what would you want to see most being changed? What would you like to see? If you could wave a magic wand, what would you like to see? Do you think the most impactful thing to help change the community?
Wow. I would definitely strengthen the relationship with our schools and our communities.
Excellent.
Absolutely, because even when you look at a football game, when these kids are performing and when they see their neighbors in the stands, when they see their family members in the stands, they see little kids looking up, seeing them, they go harder. And it'll be the same thing in terms of academics.
Yeah.
You can show up for a football game, but show up for the science fair. If I've been in a situation with a cousin of mine who was working to provide for his family, but he couldn't make it to Donuts with Dad, and I was available. It's things like that, just making yourself available, even if it's through donations. Right now with Corona, we can use water in our schools. We can use sanitizer. There's so many people that stocked up. You're never going to use all of this, but we can definitely use this in the school system. So definitely strengthen our community relationship with our schools. I think that would be extremely impactful because it makes our jobs as a board member much easier.
That's a great observation, and this is a common thing with school districts. They're taxpayer funded, right? So,
right.
And if you don't have kids, do you feel are you having any engagement in the school system other than paying taxes? But do you let the community use your buildings at night?
I mean, if they come and there's so many technical legalities right now, everybody wants to sue. So we can't be responsible for that. And, and just calling a spade, everybody, any opportunity for money,
fear of,
someone's
being
coming in.
Litigated.
Right, but, we do allow for different reasons. We allow people inside the school. It's of course come to a halt in the last year and a half, 2 years because of Corona. But we, as a school system, we do invite the community in.
Okay.
So, like with the private schools, they're not Jefferson Parish schools, but they've been using our facilities forever. The school that I graduated from, they just got a stadium built.
Okay.
And I want to say in the past 3 years, but they've been using it for 2 now. But we always extend the invitation for them to come use it. Like right now, it's probably damaged. They need to play a game. They can come back to our facilities and use them. So we rely on each other and we just work together. So I'm definitely going to say that they can come in and use our facilities.
That's a great approach. Having that connectivity to the community and finding ways to involve the community is going to only enhance that connection.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's a great goal to have. Just keep at it, right?
Right.
Just keep being creative and finding ways to make those connections. I think is a good approach to take. And any last thoughts before we close our interview? I'd love to.
Man, just thank you for the opportunity to sit down and express my thoughts and express my feelings, and you for being willing to listen and understand it. So I think that's of course there's no gap needs to be bridged because we're at Cube, so we're kind of think together. So it's just the opportunity to have this opportunity. I'm thankful for it. I tell people all the time, this is the best job I've ever had. It doesn't pay anything, but it's extremely validating and it's fulfilling. And to do your life's work, I think I may live longer.
So, thank you very much, Simeon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And,
thank you so much.
I'm Brian Crownitter with Issues from Education. Just if you have the desire to reach out to Simeon Dickerson, we will have some contact information on the YouTube video. Feel free. I think he'd love to speak with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.